What's up, y'all? Welcome to At the End of the Day podcast. I'm your host, Cherie, and I appreciate you for tuning in today. Now, before we get into today's episode, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you can be notified of all the new episodes. Now, I love to hear from y'all, so make sure you drop a comment, okay, after you get done listening to this episode. For weekly encouragement, make sure you go like my Facebook page and follow me on Instagram and TikTok under the name ATEOTD Podcast. Now, if you need someone to talk to or just have a topic that you would like to hear me talk about, make sure you send me an email to ateotdpodcast8@gmail.com. And as I always say, make sure you share this episode with someone because you just never know what somebody's going through and it may encourage them more than you think. So, normally when I give y'all the background to an episode, it's usually associated with a sermon. This episode in particular is not associated with a sermon, so it's going to be a little different today. In season 2, I did 2 episodes entitled Health is Wealth Part 1 and Part 2. And I received a lot of good feedback about the episode. A lot of people enjoyed it. And one fan in particular seemed to truly enjoy it to the point where they made the request for it to be a part of season 3. And I just so happen to be related to this fan, and that fan is my uncle Chris. Um, he literally is one of my biggest supporters when it comes to this podcast. And he kept saying to me, he's like, Cherie, I really feel like you need to do a part 3. I don't care that you did it in season 2. We didn't have video in season 2. I need you to go ahead and do it again. And surely you have more information to share. And he would be correct. So at first, I honestly didn't want to do it because I was like, who wants to listen to part 3? You know? But he is a fan, technically. So I tell y'all all the time to send me requests. So if you was wondering if I listen to y'all or not, I do. Even when it comes to my family and friends. Okay? So here we are. So in today's episode, I'm going to share information about natural remedies and supplements that you should know about to better your health. So let's intentionally grow our garden. So as I have mentioned in previous episodes, I have a passion for natural remedies. I truly do inherit that passion from my grandfather. And I graduated from Westchester University with a degree in pharmaceutical product development. Now, even though I love the pharmaceutical industry, I just think it's something special about the ability to heal yourself naturally. You know, like I truly believe that God gave us everything it is that we need here on earth to heal ourselves. Everyone who knows me knows that I keep a stash, a hefty stash of supplements and natural remedies that I keep in my house at all times. Okay, because you just never know what may come up. Before we get into today's episode, I need everybody to listen up. Okay, I have a little disclaimer. I am not a doctor. Okay? Don't listen to my family if they tell you that I am their doctor. Don't listen to my friends when they say I am their doctor. That is how they feel, but legally, I am not a doctor. So everything I share today is just recommendations and information that I have learned about. And nothing I share today is sponsored. All right? So I plan to share a list of 10 supplements and or natural remedies just to give you information about that I always keep in the house and that I've learned about. Now that I got all of that out of the way, get your notepad, get your pens, and let's get started. The first one on the list is probiotics. Now, this personally has been a game changer for my gut health. All right. You would be surprised how many diseases are connected to just simply having poor gut health. Like when we eat food, especially the quality of our food now is not what it used to be. Our food is filled with more bad bacteria than good bacteria. Especially when you go ahead and take our time to eat processed foods. That just makes it even worse. So then your gut tends to have more bad bacteria than good bacteria. And that causes you to have the problems that you're probably having right now. So for those of you who have never heard of probiotics before, you may be wondering, what are probiotics? Probiotics are live microorganisms that can be consumed through food or supplements. So overall, probiotics consist of different strains of good bacteria. Now, you can get probiotics in pill form or liquid form. I personally take the pill form, and I take Renew Life. That is the only brand that seems to work for me personally. And sometimes you have to pay attention to what the label tells you to do, because even though you may buy the probiotics in a store and it's on the shelf and it's not refrigerated, the instructions on the bottle may tell you that once you open the probiotics, they need to be refrigerated for, to reach its best quality. So always pay attention to what the label is saying after you buy probiotics. Some probiotics you buy on the shelf, they can stay at room temperature, but it all depends. Now, you may be wondering, when should you take probiotics? I personally take them on an empty stomach first thing in the morning. That is what works best for me, but I do know some people that purposely take them 30 minutes to an hour before a meal, and they've noticed a change in their gut health as well. If you are someone that doesn't particularly like taking pills, because I know I have a lot of friends that are like that, you can still get probiotics from eating Greek yogurt. You can add that to your diet. And you may be wondering, how in the world does Greek yogurt give me probiotics? Good question. Greek yogurt is made from live bacterial cultures. So it has probiotic properties. Now, even though I'm saying that you can eat Greek yogurt, you can't just eat any Greek yogurt. It has to be plain Greek yogurt in order for you to get the properties of probiotics into your system. If you get Greek yogurt that has artificial sweeteners or that has added sugar to it, you're defeating the purpose of eating the Greek yogurt for probiotics, if that makes sense. Because sugar creates more bad bacteria in your gut health. And the whole goal of us even implementing probiotics is for us to have more good bacteria in our gut than bad bacteria. Now, earlier I mentioned that there are a lot of diseases that are actually connected to an imbalance of bacteria in your gut. And some of those diseases would be autoimmune diseases, obesity, type 2 diabetes, mental health disorders. And you honestly wouldn't think that when it comes to your health, but it's true. And there has been research that supports those theories. Even though you're hearing me talk about the importance of having a healthy gut, you may be wondering, how can you evaluate whether you have a healthy gut or not? That's also a good question. If you are somebody that craves sugar a lot, and I'm talking from candy to soda to sweet treats, anything sugar, you can't help but have a sweet tooth on 1,000. 9 out of 10, your gut health probably has more bad bacteria than good bacteria. If you are someone that struggles with digesting food majority of the time, or if you feel extremely bloated all the time, those are also signs of having an unhealthy imbalance of bacteria in your gut. Another question you may be having right now is, how much probiotics should you have? Also a good question. No question right now is a bad question, okay? So probiotics are measured normally by CFUs. You may be asking yourself, what are CFUs? CFUs stand for colony forming units. This is pretty much a way to measure the live microorganisms in probiotics. The answer to that question is that every person is different. So for myself, I have taken 50 billion CFUs. I know that sounds like a lot, but obviously my gut health was not that great, because Coca-Cola, drinking that is my weakness. Okay? And a chocolate chip cookie, also my weakness. Okay? If I could have a chocolate chip cookie every day, I would. And at one time I was, and that was the problem. That was the problem. So I noticed that when I took the probiotics at that strength, it definitely caused the craving of sugary drinks, sugary treats to truly go away. To the point where now I don't really crave them at all. Which is great. So I would say to start lower than that. Don't go to the extreme. I had started lower and didn't notice a difference. That's how I ended up working my way to that. So if you're just starting out, maybe start at 25 billion CFUs. And then see how you feel in 60 days or so. If you still don't feel any change, go up another 5 billion. So at that point, you're at 30 billion. Do that for another 60 days and just try it out. See how you feel. But it's definitely worth implementing into your regimen. The second one on the list is chia seeds. Now, personally, when I heard that chia seeds had health benefits, I couldn't wrap my head around that theory because I grew up during a time where chia pets, all right, chia, we all know it. All right, the commercials were circulating like nobody's business. Everybody and their cousin had at least one chia pet at one time. Don't lie. Don't lie. So the fact that somebody was telling me to take that orally, and I'm envisioning the commercials where that thing went from having no plant to a whole big bush of a plant, I couldn't fathom that. That wasn't sitting right in my spirit. So I tried it anyway, and it has been beneficial to my health. Not gonna lie about that. So what are chia seeds? Chia seeds are tiny black or white seeds that derive from the Salvia hispanica plant. Now, one thing to never forget is that chia seeds have the ability to swell. They are very tiny seeds, but you better believe they swell really, really well. So you have to pay attention to how much it is that you consume at one time. But they are extremely rich in nutrients. For those of you that are hearing about chia seeds for the very first time, I have in my notes results from studies that have proven the impact of simply consuming 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. That's right, only 2 tablespoons. Now keep that in mind as I read off all of these results, okay? So 2 tablespoons of chia seeds has 64% more potassium than bananas, 5 times more calcium than milk, 20% protein, 32% of your daily magnesium requirement, 2 times the antioxidants of blueberries, 100% more omega-3s than salmon, 41% of your daily fiber requirement, and 3 times more iron than spinach. I'm going to say it again. That is from 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. Now, if you can get all that from 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, wouldn't you consume it? I'm just saying. If you're still in disbelief, okay, I have even more supporting information from Harvard Health Publishing, and they had an article that spoke about the benefits of taking chia seeds. And they listed chia seeds has the ability to reduce blood pressure, lower cholesterol, support digestive health, aid in weight management, and help control diabetes. Now, there are different ways that you can incorporate chia seeds into your daily regimen, right? So some people go ahead and add it to their yogurt. A lot of people go ahead and consume it when they make acai bowls. You can even add it to your cereal. I know some people that have even made a chia seed pudding. That's a real thing. Personally, for myself, I add it to warm water and I allow it to sit for 10 minutes. And at 10 minutes allows the 2 tablespoons of chia seeds to expand and swell. And after the 10 minutes is up, I add lemon juice to it, fresh lemon juice, and I drink it. This really has helped me with staying in a calorie deficit, along with allowing me to feel more full before eating a meal. The third one on the list is peppermint tea. Peppermint is an aromatic herb that's a part of the mint family that is a cross between water mint and spearmint. I personally drink peppermint tea for digestive health, but Healthline had a list of benefits of consuming peppermint. On their website, they had that peppermint had the ability to relieve headaches or migraines, to freshen your breath, to aid in weight loss, improve sleep, and may be beneficial against fighting bacterial infections. Now, for those of you that have migraines or headaches, you can use the oil. The oil works really, really well. I think I've heard of people using like a little bit of olive oil and putting a few drops of peppermint oil and mixing it together to then put on like the temple part of their head, and that has relieved headaches and migraines for them. You can also drink it as a tea, or you can get the capsules. Now in the morning, after I take my probiotics, this is the next thing that I drink is hot peppermint tea. Now, if you still don't believe that peppermint will improve your digestive system, I want you to listen to this. On Healthline's website, they reference a few studies that have taken place over the years to support the benefits of consuming peppermint, and I'm about to share them with you. So on the website, it said that a 2014 review of 9 studies and 726 people with IBS treated with peppermint oil for at least 2 weeks concluded that peppermint provided significantly better symptom relief than a placebo. In addition to that, in one of the 9 studies, 72 people with IBS, peppermint oil capsules reduced IBS symptoms by 40% after 4 weeks, compared to only 24.3% with a placebo. So if you have tried everything to help your digestive system and it seems like you and your stomach are still not on the same page, I would say to try peppermint tea for a little bit. The 4th one on the list is green tea. And I have to say, green tea is one of my favorites. I honestly do green tea and peppermint tea combined first thing in the morning, every day. For those of you who don't know, green tea comes from unoxidized leaves from the Camellia sinensis bush. It's one of the least processed teas, which results in it containing the most antioxidants. I feel like green tea is one of those teas that you drink for just overall good health because it has so many benefits to it. Medical News Today shared that green tea has the ability to help with cancer prevention, weight loss, inflammatory skin conditions, heart health by lowering the risk of heart failure, hypertension, and heart disease, lowering cholesterol, while also reducing the risk of a stroke, type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's, and dementia. And just so you know, there are studies being done to support these theories. The 5th one on the list is lion's mane. Have you ever heard of lion's mane? For those of you who don't know, lion's mane is a type of mushroom. Now, it may not sound like much, but lion's mane has 2 special compounds that have the ability to stimulate the growth of brain cells, which is why recently, more than ever, it has been studied a lot on protecting people from developing dementia and Alzheimer's, but it's also been used on even curing people of Alzheimer's and dementia. There are many benefits to consuming lion's mane, and WebMD lists a few. Lion's mane has the ability to fight inflammation, fights dementia and other brain diseases, reduces anxiety and depression, and it can also help with nerve regeneration. Healthline referenced a study in 2020 that consisted of people with mild Alzheimer's disease. In that study, they found that supplementation with 1 gram of lion's mane mushroom daily for 49 weeks significantly improved cognitive test scores compared with a placebo. Now, personally, I started taking lion's mane because I was going through a period of brain fog. Like, it was really, really bad. And I noticed it was bad, and I had to do something about it when I asked my brother for something. And then not even 5 minutes went by, and I asked for the same thing again and forgot that I did. And my brother was like, "You just asked for that." And I was like, "Oh, no." So I implemented lion's mane, and it truly has helped me a lot. And I noticed that I'm even more focused at work when I take it during the day. So it helps with focus, but it really does help with brain fog. And I've noticed a tremendous difference in my brain health. The 6th one on the list is black seed oil. Now, black seed oil is extremely powerful. Okay. It's known for curing everything except death. That's how powerful it is. It's also referred to sometimes as black cumin. Black seeds are produced by a fruit of an ancient plant called Nigella sativa. Some of the benefits of taking black seed oil consist of its ability to help with reducing seasonal allergies, improving breathing, easing arthritis, managing diabetes, and fighting cancer. Now, those who know me know that I have a passion for cancer research. And anytime I hear someone that has cancer, I always tell them about black seed oil because animal studies have shown that black cumin seeds can stop the growth of tumor cells. I have two supporting facts in my notes about the benefits of taking black seed oil for those that have cancer. So the first fact is that a 2022 study showed that black seed oil can stop cancerous cells from proliferating and may also induce death in those cells. That's how powerful black seed oil is. And also a 2021 review and meta-analysis also found that black seed oil may enhance the effects of chemotherapy and radiation treatments. Now, I do have to take our time to note that if you are on blood thinners, you cannot take black seed oil. The seventh one on the list is pineapple juice. Now, I know when you hear about pineapple juice being a part of natural remedies, that doesn't sound like it belongs, but I promise you, it truly does. It's more powerful than you think. Now, if you like pineapples, you're going to love what I have to say about pineapple juice. And I'm not talking about the cocktail one that's full of sugar. I'm talking about the 100% organic pineapple juice. Consuming pineapple juice actually has a lot of benefits, right? So it's extremely rich in nutrients consisting of magnesium, potassium, fiber, vitamin B6, vitamin C, and so much more. It's also a good source of antioxidants. It also has the ability to suppress inflammation, boost your immunity, and help your digestion. Believe it or not, it can also help fight certain cancers. And it also has the ability to reduce asthmatic symptoms. So you may be wondering, how in the world can pineapple juice do all of that? That's a good question. Pineapples contain an enzyme called bromelain. Bromelain is really good with helping with reducing bronchoconstriction. Now, I personally try to keep pineapple juice in the house at all times, especially during cold and flu season, because it's really good with stopping coughs, loosening mucus, and it even helps with dissolving phlegm. The eighth one on the list is cayenne pepper. Now, I'm sure many of you have probably cooked with cayenne pepper and had no idea that it has so many health benefits to it. Cayenne peppers have capsaicin. This gives the peppers its heat and spice, but it also gives cayenne peppers the ability to have health benefits. Some of those benefits consist of its ability to be anti-inflammatory, so it can help with pain relief. It can boost metabolism, reduce heart disease, and lower cancer risk. Cayenne pepper also contains vitamins and minerals that consist of vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin B6, vitamin K1, and potassium. Now, one thing I always say is that aspirin saves lives. But in the case that you don't have aspirin, you can actually use cayenne pepper. Now, interesting fact about cayenne pepper is that if you are around someone that is showing signs of a heart attack and they are still conscious, you can give them a cup of warm water with a teaspoon of cayenne pepper and have them drink it, and that will improve blood flow and help deliver more oxygen to the heart muscle, which can help the heart attack stop progressing. In the case of the person is unconscious, you can take a pinch of cayenne pepper and put it under the tongue, and it should help as well. Now, I learned all of this from Barbara O'Neill. If you've never heard of her, definitely go look her up. She is extremely knowledgeable about natural remedies. The ninth one on the list is castor oil. Now, you've probably used castor oil on your skin or in your hair, but I promise you, it has even more benefits than that. Castor oil is a thick oil that is made from the seeds of the castor plant. Castor oil contains vitamin E, omega-9s, and omega-6s. It also has health benefits that consist of its ability to relieve temporary constipation, its ability to help with arthritis pain. It can also help with acne scars and treating stretch marks. And believe it or not, it can relieve insomnia by you rubbing it on your eyelids before bed. Now, if you don't like the oil form, you can always take it in capsule form. But if you do get it in oil form, make sure you have it in a dark bottle, preferably glass, so that it can protect the oil from the light. If castor oil is exposed to too much light, it has the ability to deteriorate. You also want to make sure that the bottle states that the castor oil is hexane free, because hexane is flammable and inhaling it can lead to respiratory issues. Now, personally, I have used castor oil more so for pain relief because I am known for having like tension, like in this part of my shoulders, and then it gets into my neck, and then that leads to a headache, and it's just a hot mess altogether, I promise you. So what I tend to do is I rub the castor oil on my shoulders and like in my neck area, and I instantly feel relief in 20 to 30 minutes. And who did I hear this from? Again, Barbara O'Neill. I'm trying to tell you that woman is God sent. Okay? So definitely go check out her stuff. The last thing I'm going to go over on the new list is soursop. Now, honestly, I truly feel like I saved the best for last because soursop is extremely, I can't emphasize the word extremely enough. Soursop is extremely powerful. Do you hear me? This is not a game. Soursop is that guy. Okay? Soursop contains small amounts of niacin, riboflavin, folate, and iron. Now, I get that doesn't sound like much, but stay with me. Soursop is high in antioxidants, so it has the ability to help kill cancer cells, fight bacteria, reduce inflammation, and stabilize your blood sugar levels. Now, soursop is also known as graviola. Soursop is a fruit of Annona maricata, which is a type of tree native to the tropical regions. You can always eat the fruit if you're in an area that has soursop, or you can go ahead and get the extract or leaves and make a tea. So at this point, you may not understand like why I'm in awe of soursop still. Bear with me. I'm bringing it in. So I'm going to share the results of 2 test tube studies pertaining to the benefits of soursop when it comes to cancer. So one test tube study treated breast cancer cells with soursop extract, and they found that soursop was able to reduce tumor size, kill off cancer cells, and enhance the activity of the immune system. Like what? Yeah. Another test tube study looked at the effects of soursop extract on leukemia cells. They found that soursop stopped the growth and formation of cancer cells. That's how powerful soursop is. I'm trying to tell y'all. There have even been studies that have proven that soursop has the ability to prevent cancer from ever growing. That's why a lot of people have been implementing it into their regimens. Now, you may not be in awe of the test tube study results. I get it. But I have seen and heard hundreds of people on TikTok talk about how much soursop, along with eating 2 to 3 apricot seeds a day and changing their diet, truly cured them of cancer. Not helped them deal with, but cured them completely of cancer. Now, for the sake of time, I'm not going to get into apricot seeds, but I promise you that is another good one that's worth looking into. So I just want to say that if you are planning to implement any of the things I just mentioned, please make sure you talk to your doctor. Make sure it is safe and okay for you to implement that into your current day-to-day routine. Because if you're on certain medications, some of these things you actually can't take, or if you have certain ailments, this may actually clash with it because those health benefits actually would make your current situation even worse. So just talk to your doctor, do your own due diligence, do your own research, and let me know how it goes. I would love to get an email from one of y'all saying, girl, I've been implementing this and this did X, Y, and Z and it helped me here and helped me there. I would love to hear that. So definitely feel free to send me an email. Now, guess what, y'all? That's right. It's Q&S time. Q&S stands for quote in scripture. This is time I set aside in the episode to encourage you throughout the week ahead. So, the quote I chose for this week is from AJ Red Materi, and he said, "So many people spend their health gaining wealth and then have to spend their wealth to regain their health." So here's the thing. All of us have goals. All of us have an expectation of where we want to be in our lives by a certain time, by having a certain amount of money. All of us have those expectations. And if you don't have them, you had them at one time. And with those expectations comes with a lot of pressure to accomplish those goals. And by doing that, you tend to put your health on the back burner and make accomplishing those goals your main priority. But the issue with that is that we can't have our health being put on the back burner. We have to make time to prioritize our health. We have to. Because truth is, what does it mean if you took out time and energy to create all this wealth and you're not here to enjoy it? Because newsflash, you can't take it with you. You can't take the wealth with you. So while you're here on earth, breathing, and God has blessed you with another day, do whatever it takes to prioritize your health before it's too late. The scripture I chose for this week is from Proverbs chapter 17, verse 22, and I'm reading from the New International Version, and it reads, "A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones." I love this verse because it truly summarizes the impact that our attitude has on our health. So if you're going ahead and you being nasty to people, that's not good medicine, right? And if you decide that you want to complain about everything, anything, and everyone, that also is not good medicine. Another thing that's not good medicine is stress. I think it's safe to say that all of us have heard that stress can kill you. If you don't do something about it, stress can truly take you out of here. The more stressed you are, the more unhealthy your body becomes. Now, sometimes you can see the impact that stress is having over your body physically. But then sometimes you actually can't see it, but it's actually happening anyway. Whether you can see it or not, it's impacting your health. And it is not worth it. I promise you it's not. Now, in this verse, I personally equate a crushed spirit to stress. Because when you think about it, stress stems from us feeling like we are worried about something, or we were defeated about something, or we don't know how something's going to work out. And that results in us having a crushed spirit. Stress also comes from us feeling the need to figure out things on our own. And we don't have to do that. If we go ahead and we pray about it and we leave it in God's hands and trust that we know that He's going to take care of it, that results in us not having stress. No stress equals great health. So I think we just need to understand that sometimes the cure for whatever is going on with us is not a prescription drug. It's not even a supplement or a natural remedy. Sometimes it's simply having a cheerful heart. So before you go, I want to leave you with the thought that God has given us everything we need to live a healthy life. He created the earth, which is filled with natural ways to heal ourselves. And truth is, He didn't have to do it. So if He did do it, why aren't we using it? Really think about that. It doesn't make sense, does it? Right. So that's why we should be finding ways to heal ourselves naturally. Because another truth is we only get one life to live. And that's why your health needs to be important. This is also why you need to do whatever it takes to take care of yourself. Now, I know you like to prioritize everything and everyone before yourself. But I need you to start prioritizing your health. Because at the end of the day, health is wealth.
I know what you're telling ain't the truth. I'd rather have all your weight removed. You wonder why I don't let you in. Because I got better things to do. Better things. Better things. Moving on to bigger and better things. Been through the worst, I need better things. If you knew better.